back to the green yard. It's another cloudy winter day. It's the beginning of February and it's actually getting warm here already. So yesterday it was about 82 degrees. Today it's going to be in the upper 70s. So what that means is that a lot of our bare root trees, the trees we just planted, bare roots typically come in like apples, pears, peaches. Also stone fruit trees is another name for them. So if you remember from our recent episodes, we planted our yellow egg plum here, and we also planted our Honeycrisp apple tree here as well. So today's episode is going to go into some things that need to be done during the winter and need to be done when a bare root tree is first planted, and that is going to be pruning. So this was something that I didn't do before. I should have done it probably back in the beginning of January. That's a good time to prune. But what I did is I went ahead and I just took a clippers, and I wanted to keep the shape. So this is our yellow egg plum tree here. So I want to keep the shape of the tree. So I like the fact that the branches go in different directions. So I like that shape of the tree. But I also know that because I just planted it, it doesn't have the root system to support a huge wide canopy. So if you remember, the branches before were almost all the way to the top of the wall. So I went ahead and I just clipped them, trimmed them right where I wanted them to be trimmed. Just cut them off. And what's going to happen is now multiple branches are going to shoot out of where that was trimmed. And so I did the same thing for some of our other trees here as well. This is our Granny Smith apple tree. It creates a kind of green apple. This has been in the ground for about 6 months already now. Didn't really go dormant this winter. You can see it's actually starting to wake up as we speak here. Got brand new fuzzy leaves here, kind of fun. But I went ahead and I trimmed this guy as well. So I went ahead, this shoot here where my finger is was actually about 3 feet tall. It was just this huge long shoot, and I wanted to keep it more of a symmetrical circle shape, so I went ahead and trimmed that guy there. Another good one here is going to be the Pink Lady apple tree that I just went ahead and brought in. This is our Pink Lady apple tree. It was huge before, so I trimmed a whole bunch off of this because I went ahead and when we moved it from our old house to the green yard, I went ahead and cut a bunch of the roots. And when those roots are cut, the tree generally knows that it's going to be pruned as well. This is kind of the way it goes. So I went ahead and I took a whole bunch off of this tree. I took off all of these tops of all of these branches everywhere. So I went ahead and now it actually looks more symmetrical. It's going to grow better, and it's going to be able to support itself as well, because once again I took off a whole bunch of those roots, which means that the huge canopy that it had before is not really as supported as by the root system that it had previously. So I went ahead and did that as well. And then I didn't trim any on our Bonanza peach. It is still pretty tiny here. I actually like the shape of it right now. It has some good branching going on. So I went ahead and left that. I'll probably trim it next year. Before this Honeycrisp apple tree, it had this big long shoot at the top as well, about 2.5 feet tall. I went ahead and took that off, because if you look at this tree, it already has really good branching here down on the lower section. So I didn't want it to fall over or something happen just because it was reaching so high up. So I went ahead and trimmed that, so hopefully that root system will grow and it'll better support itself. Last but not least, we have our Asian pear. It's really just one stick, so I went ahead and left it there. It is starting to wake up already as well. If you can see the leaves, it's kind of turning fuzzy. Leaves are starting to come out here too. But I went ahead and left that guy right now. It's been in the ground for about 7 months, so the root system is intact. It just needs to start branching out and creating new branches there. So that's an activity that needs to be done for all bare root trees, all stone fruit trees, come the beginning of each year, coming out of winter before the spring. Usually beginning, middle of January is a good time to do it. I did mine a little bit late, pruning a little bit late, but at least I got it done before they started waking up. So as always, live green, plant lots, and of course, have fun. We'll see you next time.